This is the segment 2 class. You have a few hours driving, but your driving awareness goes over a lifetime. Why should you be concerned as a young driver? Risk is the chance of death, injury, damage, or loss of life. And it's present every time you get into your car. When you step in, going from your house, backing down a driveway, when you make a right or left turn, pulling out in front of traffic, when you're in your high school parking lot and you're not paying attention, looking down at your phone, when you pull out from your high school parking lot and your friends don't stop and you thought they did and you pull out in front of them. So let's lock in together and then put your comments in. Approximately 1 in 9 or 11% of 16-year-olds, but also there's a group of people here in their 20s and 30s that this information follows too, because a lot of beginners don't have practical experience. So this will help you. So you'll have a serious crash 17th birthday. Yes.
I can't see anything. Should I try rejoining?
Yeah, you should. You should. If you can see, okay. Isabella, can you see this? Okay, yeah, just come in, come back out, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's keep it going. So, guys, I'm gonna go over this quickly, give you some examples. I want you to type in some risk that you already have seen as a beginning driver. What is some risks? Are people running lights? Are people on the phone? Have you seen an accident? Have people hit a deer? Type in some of the common risks you've seen and type that in. Let's make this real. For me as a teacher and instructor, high schools are your most dangerous time. That 2:30 to about 4:30, you got a lot of young drivers speeding in and out of parking lot. You know they're going to run lights. You know they're not going to stop. You know they're going to run out the door. They might even trip and push you down and not even pick you up. So you really got to be careful. If I was a teen again, I would wait till everyone leaves. I don't like rushing. I don't like cutting people off. I don't want someone to hit my car. So I want you to share a story of some of the risks you've seen. And if you share this story, it'll become real. So go ahead, share a story of risk as I go along, okay? Also, there's a really bad turn when students make a left turn to go into the school parking lot. A lot of kids crash into the light pole because it's a really tight, shallow left turn. So sometimes turns are really difficult for beginning drivers to make. They go too fast, they try to run the light, and then boom, they crash. So there are a lot of crashes at this intersection just before where the school is, okay? So share that personal story as we go along. Next, approximately 1 in 7 or 14% of young drivers will be involved in a crash the first 3 years of driving. Because you don't have the experience. It's not because you're a bad driver. It's not because you don't pay attention. You're in danger, but you don't know it. You're in danger from a senior who is late to work. They're looking at their phone, texting their boss, and they're going to blow the light. You're in danger from a teacher who's in a hurry, texting to see if the babysitter picked up their son or daughter from daycare and they're going to their second job. You're in danger from a school bus driver who is in a hurry, who maybe looked down at their phone and they didn't see you and they sideswipe you. So I give you some real life examples. You share some of your own examples in your school parking lot. Let's keep going. For 16 and 17-year-olds, the risk of a crash is at a lifetime high the first 6 months of unsupervised driving. Why? Let's be real. You're going to speed. You're not going to use your blinker. You're going to have a bunch of friends in the car. Look, consider me like your uncle, right? I'm not your mom. I'm not your dad. I'll let you drive my car. Don't crash. But I need you to be safe. How are you safe? Leave early. Okay? Get your gas at night. Eat before you get in the car. Tell your friends I'm driving now. Don't text, right? And just stay focused. And I think that's the most important thing that I see as an instructor. So share your personal story. Approximately 53 young drivers are involved in a fatal crash each year. This number could possibly go up. Let's look at the summer already. There was a motorcycle accident here in our county. They didn't say how old the driver was. There are a lot of people who are just driving fast. We're not going to blame the Trackhawks, the Hellcats, the Mustangs, the fast trucks and cars. They've been fast trucks and cars from the beginning of time. It's the people in these cars who don't know how to handle them, okay? And if you know how to handle it, it can be a very beautiful thing, having a beautiful Corvette or a Mustang or whatever your parents like. But if you start wilding out, acting crazy, speeding, trying to burn rubber, you're going to crash your parents' car. And then you're like, my mom and dad are going to clock my teeth and take my head off. I don't want that to happen to you, right? Okay, let's keep going. For every 2 miles driven, this is going to be on your test. You better listen. For every 2 miles driven, the average driver makes 400 observations, 40 decisions, and 1 mistake. You then check your blind spot. Almost sideswiped. You ran a yellow light. A kid's walking out. You ran a red light. Oh my God. And you almost got a ticket. You're merging an expressway. You didn't use your blinker, look over your shoulder. You had to pull over to the side. A truck driver almost hit you. It happens to all of us, including me and your parents. So what do I need you to do? I just need you to chill. I need you to relax. I need you to get it together and just have fun in your journey. That's the biggest thing I can tell you. Have fun in your journey. You're only going to be in segment 2 once. You're only going to be 16 once, 18 once, 20 once. You're going to go to college or start a skill trade. You're going to have to drive to work. What are you going to do? Your mom and dad are going to take you every day? No. They're happy. They're like, honey, you got a car. Here's the key. But you don't want to drive. Maybe you had a bad instructor. Maybe you had a near miss. Maybe you have anxiety, right? All of you need to type in, how many hours of driving do you have? How old are you? Again, you got to have 30 hours to be in this Masterclass segment 2. How many hours of driving do you have? How old are you? Okay. And once you type that in, I'm going to tell you what I'm looking for. So please type all this in, and let me make sure I got the chat enabled. Yes, type it in. Okay. You should have, if you're 16, 17, you should have 40 hours, 35, 37, maybe 42. Remember, you got to be 16 and have 50 hours to take your road test. You ideally want to be taking this class, almost have 50 hours, and almost be 16. Okay, Jacob is 1757. As soon as we're done turning in paperwork, Jacob is trying to take his road test. Okay, Mackenzie, 16, 56 hours, perfect. That's right on time. You begin your hours a little bit here, a little bit there. Your mom and dad are not just going to say, here, drive to Chicago, drive to Cedar Point, drive to Escanaba, drive here, drive there, because they're nervous. You've got to earn their trust, okay? 16 and 52 hours, right? You're right on time. You're not too over, you're not too under. 16 and 35, that's okay. Okay, 15 and 32.62. You barely made it in, but you in. That's good. It depends on your birth date. That's beautiful. Okay, so you guys are 38 hours and 16. That's okay. 17, 55 hours, 9.3 at night. You solid. You ready. All you got to do is practice and get your mindset ready for the road test. And I'll show you some good videos on that. Okay, let's keep going. So the largest single category of errors is visual search. Like you run into a bear, you run into a moose, you run into someone because you don't see them. Not don't see them, but your mind is engaged in looking at your phone. You're eating a Taki. You are listening to what your mom is saying, and you blow a light or you miss something, okay? All of you know how to drive. All of you are young. You have great reflexes. Let's keep going. Failure to adjust your speed. If you're in the school zone, drop your speed down. Expect little kids to run out. Expect your friends to run out, right? Expect them to. They want to see you driving. You should be driving, but some of your friends aren't. Some of your friends aren't. I need you to type this in. Are you the first in your friend group to be in your segment 2, getting ready to take your road test? Are you in the middle of your friend group? Okay. Are you the last in your friend group? Everyone is at a different point in their life. When I got mine, I was kind of toward the end because my friends had took driver's ed, not through the school, but through maybe a third party. I took it through our high school. It was free back then. It was our coach, but it took a while during the summer. My mom and dad didn't really want me to drive the car. I had very little practice. So I was really nervous on my road test, like shaking. And my dad said, boy, relax. Just turn on the air conditioning. The road tester was starting to sweat. And my dad said, turn on the air conditioning in the car. I'm like, okay. I did okay on the road test. I did pass, but she said, I need you to go, I think she said west. That means make a left turn. And I didn't know. So I made that left turn and it was okay. Really, I was driving kind of slow. But I got my license, but I didn't have a lot of practice. Okay, my mom was very nervous. My dad was very quiet. I would drive fast with my mom. I would just slow with my dad. Okay, so on the freeway, I was just like 55 and it's 65. He's like, pick up. Share your story. Who did you practice with? Did you practice with your mom? Tell me what it was like. Did you practice with your dad? Tell me what it was like. Did you practice with your uncle? Tell me what it was like. I'd share my short story. Just type in a couple things. Let's make this personal. Let's make this fun. I got a Kahoot for you. I got a Quizzy for you. We're going over everything you need. I'm excited. You're my segment 2 family. Let's get it going. So failure to adjust speed. If you're going too fast around the curve, you're going to go into the ditch. If you're going too fast on a wet road or slick road, you're going to spin out. Okay? Failure to recognize hazardous situations, your school zone, your neighborhood, left turns, merging on the freeway. Those are all dangerous situations, but on your road test, you're going to have to make a left turn. You're going to have to merge on the freeway. You will have to parallel park. And then they're going to put you on the main road. You're going to have to make a couple of lane changes left or right. And they want to see, do you overall drive the car safely? And hopefully all of you do. Okay? So share those stories. I'm really excited. I practiced with my mom the most. She was very helpful. Amen, oh mom, right? Sometimes moms are very nervous, like, oh my God, and they'll give you like straight panic attacks. I did most of the training with my son and daughter because my wife, their mom, just very nervous, making them nervous. So if one of your parents is nervous, then you're not going to really feel comfortable, learn what to do, and you're always going to be like in a state of stress. You're going to be in a state of stress. I want to see what else you put in. I practiced with my mom. She was annoying about it. Okay. We're not trying to clock mom's tea because she would tell me to pass cars, everything I didn't want to do. She was I feel you. My wife would do the invisible, and I'm like, who just died? What happened? Right? You feel me? Like, you're making my heart beat right now, and I'm just going through an intersection. You're going too fast. And then generally jerk. So I was the one who did most of the training with my son and daughter because just very stressful, very nervous. And please share those stories. I practiced with my mom. She was great, but is very last. Yes, that's the one thing you don't want to do to a beginning driver. You want to tell them early, hey, I need you to get over to the right. You tell them a half a mile away. You don't say at 1 block or 2 cars away. And then if they freak out, 100%. 100%. All of you are sharing real life stories. I practiced with my mom because she was calmer than dad. I get it. Sometimes you got parents who are just, they'll clock your T. They'll scream at you like, I can't drive with you. That's what my son said. I can't drive, Dad. I can't drive with her. He would like get mad, punch the wall. I'm like, what are you doing? So yeah, practice with my dad because mom was nervous. I feel you. Okay. Thank you for sharing. Okay, let's keep going. So you got to recognize dangers in the rain, in the snow, in the fog, heavy traffic. Okay. Approximately 127 16 to 17-year-olds are involved in a fatal crash each year. This data goes up, this data goes down. We're going to do a takeaway from each section. We're taking our time. I need you in one or two sentences type takeaway, TAKEAWAY, semicolon. Tell me what you learned from this part. We talked about risk. We talked about unsupervised driving. We talked about errors due to inexperience. We talked about mom or dad. I shared a story with you where I was driving really slow with my dad. Okay, he wasn't mean or anything. He was just really quiet. I'm like, am I doing something wrong? He wouldn't really say anything. And I needed his feedback. Your parents are supposed to give you, honey, you're doing great. Pick up your speed. He would just say, go here, turn here. When my mom, it feels like I'm on a roller coaster. Slow down. I'm like, okay, so they were kind of opposite in their approach to teaching me. And, you know, I was just a young 16-year-old trying to get my license. So I really want you to enjoy this moment, right? We're not rushing. We got everything here for you. Okay, as you put in takeaway, I'm going to the next part. We're going to talk about when do crashes occur for young drivers and where do crashes occur for young drivers. So you need to learn the when and where. When and where do they happen? So when you're driving, okay, he told me this was dangerous. I got to be careful. Or I remember what he said. I got to watch out. So approximately 52% of all young driver fatal car crashes happen in daylight. That's opposite of what we think. We think it's going to happen at night, but it doesn't. Because young drivers are what? They're on the phone, okay? They're on the phone, not paying attention. They're eating. They're being a teen, but you can miss a light. A car could cut you off, okay? The most dangerous time, please remember this, please write it down. The most dangerous time of day for young driver fatal car crashes is the 3-hour period, 2 to 5 p.m. after school. Let's paint the scenario. School buses are coming in. Parents are coming in. Seniors, juniors, who maybe have 1 or 2 years are leaving. You got a job. You're trying to get out of there. You got to go to practice. You're trying to go get some Gatorade. Your coach may have gave you $50. Okay, I need you to go to Costco, get a case of Gatorade, go get some pizzas for us, and then after practice, we go celebrate. You got your football gear on or your tennis gear on, and you know how to drive. It's okay. Your coach, here's the debit card. Here's my code. I trust you. Okay, coach, I got you. This is your coach from middle school. As you went up, he or she went up. And then they were the 9th grade coach. You're in 8th grade. And then they're the varsity coach. You're like, I'm all state. It's my coach from middle school. That's a special relationship. That's what I want you to remember. And I was blessed to have those relationships with my girls track team, had all state athletes, my boys track team, and football. Okay? That's a special feeling. And if you've had that special feeling where your coach takes you after school or after the event, the whole team through the drive-through, put yes, because that's what I did with my all-state team, my all-county team. I showed them care. I showed them love. And then if we win the regional, we win. If we get a couple of state qualifiers, we win. It's really a community, okay? So if you had that type of coaching experience where your coach really cares and they're gonna, drop you off at home with parents' permission, or they're gonna feed you afterwards, that's a special feeling. That's a good feeling. And that's how I remember my high school, college career is coaching. And then, unfortunately, sometimes we had a couple kids break an arm, break a leg. Okay. And as a coach, your number one responsibility is to take care of the students. Okay. So that 2 to 5 p.m., is very dangerous. 38% of young driver fatal car crashes happen Friday and Saturday. You got paid. You're off. Let's go to the game. Now, please listen. We're into the 100 deadliest days of the summer. May, June, and July account for 1/3 of all fatal car crashes. If you had this in your notes, just write it down to 100 deadliest days. So what does this mean? If you're traveling on expressway, just have on your seatbelt. Stay within the speed limit, okay? No one is going to simply monitor you, right? Next, approximately 24% of all young fatal car crashes occur on dark, unlit roads. So when you're in the dark, it's hard for you to adjust. 19% of young driver fatal car crashes occur between 9 p.m. and midnight. Don't worry, I got a good video for you in a moment. Stay with me. 15% of young driver fatal car crashes occur between midnight and 6 a.m. I need all of you to type in takeaway. What did you learn from this small section? When do crashes occur for young drivers? Type in takeaway. Think a moment. Look, you're a senior. You're a junior. You're not a freshman. This is not 8th grade. You're driving. You got to go to work after this. After this, I got an hour break and then I got to drive for 3 hours. You're my segment 2. And I have some special segment 2 things for you to show you that I appreciate you. You can tell by my voice I care. If I didn't care, I'm like, do the work, be quiet. Here's an hour. I'm going through this first, and I got some good videos for you to show you in a moment. So type in takeaway. I want you to get an A on your segment 2 test. It's 20 questions. Okay? You can get no more than 5 wrong. After about 5 wrong, you're going to fail. I don't want you to fail. It's really easy to blow off this class. Oh, I know how to drive. I'm not going to listen to the instructor. I don't care if this is a master class. You need to care. We're talking about real experiences. My experiences were driving at night. I try to get in by 10 or 11. My parents say there's no business of you being out at night because, night people come out at night. Don't be out at night. So I would listen to my parents. I didn't want to let my mom down, my dad down. I did come home late a couple times and I got in trouble. I got in trouble and I never did that again. Okay? So you don't want to make your parents mad. You want to please them. You want to follow the rules. You want to follow and watch what your parents do. My dad was not a speeder. He put on his seatbelt. He took care of his car. He was polite. On the freeway, driving to Ohio or Atlanta or Washington, D.C., he always was like in the first or second lane. He wasn't driving like 80 or 90 miles an hour. So that told me, wow, he's a safe driver, right? He never really got mad. He was like really chilled in the car, okay? And that was awesome. Like my dad and mom were my heroes because my dad worked hard, 2 jobs, provided for us. My mom and dad worked. So I saw 2 adults working for my brother and I, and they did it as a team. Okay, so that's a special thing. I want to keep going. We're doing good. I don't want to slow down a little bit. Where do crashes occur for young drivers? Now we're going to locations. They occur on country roads. They have a soft shoulder. They occur on interstates because you're going faster. They occur on roadways where the speed limit is 55 or less. So you think they're speeding, but they're not. You still could die at 55. You still could die at 35 because if you don't have your seatbelt, you're going to be thrown out of the car. Next, no traffic control devices. Uncontrolled intersections, like in your hallway. You don't have stop signs or yield signs in your high school hallway. That's an example you would know. In your neighborhoods, some neighborhoods don't have stop signs or yield signs. So that's another area. Okay? 10% of young fatal car crashes happen when there's no traffic control device in effect. Or going straight. You fell asleep. You went into a ditch. On a curve, you're going too fast. Slow down. Left turns are the most dangerous. If you want 1 point from this, left turns. Please take your time in left turns. Please take your time in left turns. You got to yield for traffic. A lot of people don't have experience on that. Remember, I'm an instructor. I look at it from a different perspective. Is the car coming? Are my students' wheels straight? Are they turn left? Are they turn right? Is my student looking the wrong way? Are they looking left? They should be looking oncoming traffic. Are they looking at their hands? 17% of young driver fatal car crashes occur at stop signs. So that's kind of bizarre too. You're stopped, but there's a fatal crash because people are not stopping. And if you roll through a stop sign, you're going to fail your road test. Why? That is a dangerous maneuver. Guys, I have the road test right here. I have everything you need. And I'm going to take a moment to break this down. The following dangerous maneuvers, driving maneuvers, will result in an automatic fail. A dangerous maneuver. You pull out in front of a truck. That's one dangerous maneuver. You run a light. You fail. Another dangerous maneuver, cutting off a car, making a left turn. Failure to yield. Speeding 10 or more over the limit. So if your mom speeds, your dad speeds, when you were little, you were in the back seat watching mom or dad, you think it's okay to speed. Then when you take your test, one warning, the road tester does not have to give you a warning, and then you fail. Okay? Here's another one. I'm not going through everything, but I'll do a little bit each day. Here's another one. Identifying targets. Kids. Deer. Delivery trucks. Scooters. Elderly. Here's steering. I don't care what you do, you got to have both hands on the wheel. Tell me how you turn the wheel. Do you do hand over hand or do you do hand to hand? Again, type it in. Tell me how you turn the wheel. Are you turning hand over hand? Are you turning hand to hand? Just type it in. What are you doing? How you turning the wheel? Okay? Now, mom or dad may palm the wheel or drive with their knee. I can't do that. I'll crash. I'm not that good. I've never been able to do that. It's hard enough keeping the car under control with hand over hand. Okay? I'm going to go up to types of vehicles you are driving. In fact, type in the year, make, and model of the car you are driving. Segment 2. Type in the year, make, and model of the car you are driving. How old is it? What is the make and what is the model? The year, make, and model. Okay? Year, make, and model. As you're typing this in, I'm going to read it so we can be efficient with our time because I'm going to hit you with a couple of videos in the quizzy after this. What type of vehicles are young drivers driving? So this is like a sampling. Someone did a case study. In fatal car crashes involving young drivers, that is you, like from 14 to about 22. 56% of you are driving a car that is 10 years old or older. Let's look at the data. I got a 2025 Kia, a 2016 Ford Escape. That's one. We not mad. You rolling good. A 2023 Ford Escape, a 2005 Equinox. Not mad at all. You rolling. A 2016 Jeep, a 2016 F-150. F-150, very reliable. A 2021 Jeep Cherokee. I think my daughter's driving a Jeep Cherokee Limited. Been so reliable, all-wheel drive, never had a major problem with it, really good in snow. So we got a 2021 Jeep Cherokee, a 2016 F-150, a 2005 Equinox, a 2023 Ford Escape, a 2025 Kia, a 2016 Ford Escape, Mitsubishi Outlander. Yeah, there you go, Anna. 2013 and a 2021 Subaru Outback. Very sick. The Camry, rock solid, will last forever. I'm sorry, Camaro. My bad. Sorry, Jacob. 2007 Camaro. My bad. Okay. Hey, love it. Love it. So look, you guys are in range. Some of you are driving a vehicle that is 10 years old or older. So what? You change the oil, you work on your maintenance, it's going to last. Okay? Speaking of oil change, my daughter needs to do an oil change. You got to do the oil changes. In fatal car crashes and driving young drivers, the vehicles are 15 years old or older. A few of you have vehicles that are 15 or over. I could also do a case study. I could cut and paste your vehicles into one of my AI prompts. It could tell me which vehicles are the safest, which vehicles have trends, which vehicles are good. But that's, I'll do that the next time we have class. And that'll give you some specific information. But be thankful. I had to get my own car. I had to stack up my own money. My mom wasn't getting me a car. My dad, if I didn't do that, I would have not had a car. From 10th grade through college. I had to do it. It made me a better person. Some days I was at home Friday or Saturday night. My friends are out, hanging out. But I said, that's okay. I'm going to save my money, like every single penny, every single dollar, cutting grass, returning bottles, do whatever I need to do. I saved my money. And then eventually, 10th grade summer, I had my car. Late 10th grade summer, I was working on my car, driving to school, 11th grade, driving 12th grade, driving to college. I got a scholarship out of the state. Then when I transferred back, I said, man, my car's at home at my parents' house. I had my friend, I paid him. When he went home, I'm like, can you drive my car up? I'll give you $100. Okay. He drove the car back up. Okay. So unfortunately, less than half of young drivers are driving the types of vehicles recommended. Most of you are driving a mid-size or large vehicle. Teens, the 2013 Silverado 3500. Like that, Samantha. Come in at 3500. I love that. I really, really love that. Teen vehicle owners are more likely to drive more miles, take more risks, and receive more traffic violations. Your parents are not giving you the new 2026 whip. No. Insurance, it's a lease. You drive too many miles. You're going down to the city. You're going to a concert. You're going to Chicago. You're going to Wisconsin. No, you're about to put 300 miles. No, it's a lease. I got to turn it in November. I'm sorry, honey. Drive your brother's old piece of, Mom, it doesn't get good mileage and it breaks down every other week. I'm sorry, honey. Cars are very expensive. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you a couple of videos right now. I like the vibe. I like the energy. Pause for 1 second. Guys, this is a great masterclass. It was real. I need you to subscribe. I need you to connect. When you subscribe, you're going to get the next edition of the masterclass where we're learning about risk awareness. I am a State Certified Driving Instructor. I teach adults and teens. I want you to be successful. Please consider subscribing. 24 years of driving experience, taught over 24.68 students, and we're always going to the long form. I want you to be able to sit in the living room and relax. I want to say thank you. Enjoy this segment. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.